Hello, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are unpacking a concept that is a literal game changer for how you view the hours in your day and honestly, the dollars in your bank account. If you've ever felt like you're just on a hamster wheel, like there simply aren't enough hours in the week to actually get ahead, well, this one is for you. We're going to explore the absolute core strategy of separating our time from our money to build a wealth engine that eventually runs entirely on autopilot.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's the highly structured journey we're taking today to demystify wealth building. We'll start with the two types of income, then hit the 24-hour ceiling, look at a tale of two incomes, watch out for the passive income trap, and finally, test your knowledge.
Section 1. Two types of income, breaking down how we earn. Fundamentally, there are really only two ways money actually flows into your pocket. First up is active income. Simply put, this is money you earn in exchange for your time and effort. It requires your direct, continuous participation, and the crucial mechanic here is pretty unyielding. If you stop working, the income stops. Seriously, if you catch the flu and have to take a week off without paid leave, you earn exactly $0. Your money is completely tethered to the clock.
Now, this is the reality for most of us, right? Especially early on in our careers. Your wages, a standard salary, tips from a service job, sales commissions, or even freelance gigs and most self-employment, these all fall strictly under active income. You're making a direct one-to-one trade, your physical time and energy for a paycheck. But then we have the counterpart, passive income. These are earnings derived from assets or activities that do not require your continuous active participation. The absolute magic here is the decoupling of time and money. You set up an income-generating asset once, and then the current just continues to flow. It keeps paying you even when you completely step away from the work. To demystify what these assets actually look like out there in the real world, we're talking about things like rental income from a property, or dividends, those sweet, sweet quarterly payments you get literally just for owning a stock. It's the interest on your savings, royalties for a book or music you created years ago, or a business you own but hired someone else to run. These are your concrete wealth-building engines. And this brilliantly illustrates Section 2, the 24-hour ceiling, the mathematical limit of hard work. We're pivoting here to the fundamental problem of active income. Think about it. Active income is biologically capped by the 24 hours in a day. No matter how incredibly high your hourly rate might be, eventually you gotta sleep, right? Passive income, though, absolutely no ceiling, zero. Once you own those assets, they work around the clock, nights, weekends, holidays. A rental property is earning rent while you're deep in REM sleep, and dividends arrive regardless of how many hours you clocked at the office that week. It's relentless. Let's talk about the incredible power of small numbers, because you really don't need a fortune to start. If you put just $500 into a high-yield savings account at a 4.5% annual yield, you generate $22.50 a year in interest. Now, $22 doesn't sound life-changing, but the concept is profound, because it's money you did absolutely nothing to earn. You didn't trade a single second of your precious time for it. The asset did all the heavy lifting. Section 3. A tale of two incomes, the same $40,000, two very different lives. Let's introduce a little story to show why this mathematical distinction matters so deeply for your real-world financial stability. Let's meet person A. Their entire $40,000 income is active. 100% of it comes straight from their day job. And honestly, that's a slightly terrifying reality. Because if person A loses their job tomorrow or needs to take unexpected time off to care for a sick family member, their income plummets immediately to zero. They have to rush back to work as soon as humanly possible because there is absolutely zero safety net running in the background. Now, what's really interesting about this next breakdown is person B. They earn the exact same total amount, $40,000. But look at the split. $30,000 is active from a job, and $10,000 is passive, coming from rental income and dividends. If person B loses their job, they still have $10,000 coming in automatically while they figure out their next move. That is a life-saving safety net arriving even while they sleep. Their financial position is vastly more stable, even though their bottom line is exactly the same as person A. The core takeaway of this story is beautifully simple. Building even a small amount of passive income creates a massive financial cushion. You don't have to be infinitely wealthy to benefit from the unyielding stability of passive income. Financial independence isn't a light switch you suddenly flip. It's a dial. You gradually build those streams alongside your active work.
Section 4, the passive income trap. Beware the easy money fantasy. Let's shift gears and get a bit protective here, because we need to address some toxic myths.
If you spend any time on YouTube or scrolling social media, you have definitely seen the ads. You know the ones. A guru standing in front of a rented Lamborghini promising you can earn quote-unquote passive income overnight if you just buy their $900 course. Listen to me carefully. Be highly skeptical. Anyone promising you easy passive income with zero upfront effort or zero initial capital is selling you a fantasy, or worse, a complete trap.
Let's methodically break down the undeniable reality here. Truly passive income requires rigorous upfront work, disciplined saving, and patience. Want a rental property? You got to save for a down payment, secure a mortgage, and find reliable tenants first. Want dividends? You must have the discipline to actually accumulate and invest capital over time. Royalties? You literally have to sit down and create something of value before you see a single dime. Real passive income is built through extreme patience. There are simply no shortcuts.
Let's move to and see how this builds into Section 5. Test your knowledge, active or passive. Time to wake up and see what we've learned. I want you to mentally classify these 5 everyday income examples as either active or passive based on everything we've just covered. Ready? Number 1, earning $12.50 an hour at a grocery store. Number 2, your savings account paying out $18 in interest. Number 3, a $150 dividend check from a stock index fund. Number 4, tutoring math for $25 an hour. And number 5, renting out a spare room for $700 a month. Got your answers?
So the crucial point is making sure we grasp how these concepts apply to realistic financial scenarios. Let's see how you did. Number 1 is active. You're trading hours for grocery wages. Number 2 is passive. Your money is doing the work. Number 3 is passive. The stock works for you. Number 4 is active. The moment you stop tutoring, that cash flow stops. And number 5 is passive. The asset, which is the room, is generating the rent for you.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final provocative question to mull over. Take a look at your own paycheck and your own bank account. Ask yourself, how many of your dollars are actively working for you right now while you sleep? The sooner you start converting your active effort into a 24/7 passive engine, the sooner you escape the time ceiling. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and hey, start putting those dollars to work